All right. So let me just check if you guys are already in front of your computer. So just give me thumbs up. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So 5 out of 9. All right. Well, anyway, so if you want to see everything, like the things that you guys can measure, so in here you can measure the voltage drops and then individual currents. Okay, though it doesn't show up the calculated power that's being used on the R1, R2, R3, and then the V1. Okay, you can only show the voltages across uh, this net. So net 001, net 002, net 003, IR1, RR2, and so on and so forth. So if you want to change the label names like the N001 into something else, so that's also possible. Okay, so all you need to do is go to the label net. Okay, so just left click this, that one or hit F4. Okay, it will lead you to the same net name. So in here, just put here, let's say R1, uh, I total maybe, and then hit enter, then place it right here, and then maybe this is your IR1, and then at this point, we have here IR2, and then at this point, we have IR3. So let's try that one. So there you go. We now have the voltage on the I total, which is 10 volts, the voltage on the IR1, which is 3.75, and then IR2 is 1.25 right here. So upon passing this resistor right here, we now have a voltage of 3.75. So from 10 volts into 3.75. So we got a lot of voltage drop to this point. And then more voltage drop. So from 3.75, it became 1.25. Okay, and then the individual currents that is flowing on the R3, R2, R1, and then the V1. Okay, so what else? And then also, let's say you were lost, like you were pan into a different background. So all you need to do is hit this zoom full extents. Okay, so in my case, just by hitting the space bar and to lead me to my original circuit. So you can also click this one. It will uh, give you the same result. Okay, just like this one. And then if you want to zoom in and zoom out, again, you can use this one. Okay, and zoom out. And if you want to have a double window, okay, you can use this one. So with that, you can now have two windows. Oops, did it break? Ah, so my bad. This will only be possible if you open a lot of files like drop26.esc and then you have drop27.esc, okay, and so on and so forth. Though you can do this one manually just by resizing the schematic, and then you wanted to create more schematic. So let's say this is your second schematic. Okay, there you go. So you now have two, and then if you have three, so just hit this one. Oops. Oh, nawala. Hindi kasi na-save. So they should be saved first before you can align them into three schematic layout. But you know, having a two schematic is already plenty, especially if you're trying to compare two circuits. And then the third one is already your uh, graph right here. Okay, wherein you can see what you are measuring or what are the values that you are measuring. All right. So you can have multiple components. So if you want to check the correct, I mean the exact value of that one, so you can zoom it right here, okay? Or you can click this label right here, okay? So it will give you this value of the power, and then the voltage of that uh, specific net, and then the current of that specific net. Okay, so what else that you guys need to know? Mm, so if you want to delete, so just hit F6. My bad, F5. Just hit F5. Okay, and then you will be able to delete those specific components that you are clicking. Okay, and then F9 to undo. Okay, and then to redo, it should be Shift plus F9. Okay, so you can also find it right here. This is the undo, and then this is the redo. And then if you want to put some comments, then it's also possible. So just click this AA right here, this text. All right. So this is a, and you can place it anywhere you want. All right. So what else? So for the capacitor and then for the inductor, so we will not be using those components. Okay. So we will only use capacitor and inductor once you guys are on the electronics devices already. Since this is electrical, so we're not going to talk about capacitors and inductors in here. And what else? So if you want to save, so as usual, just click Control S or just this icon right here. If you want to open a file, just click this one, or you can go to File and then Open. Okay. You can also find here the recent uh, uh, files that you have opened before. You can also print that one if you want. It's also possible. And if you want to close a specific file, say this one is open, okay, so just hit that X button, and then that will begin. And yeah, I think those are the only things that is important for now. So do you guys have a question so far? Are you guys able to follow? What about the others? Questions or clarifications? Okay, so there's only two. So don't you guys worry, you will learn the LTSpice as you go through and as you are answering the given laboratories that I will give to you guys. So lab number 2 is a perfect laboratory for you to learn the basics on how to put some components, how to measure the voltage right here, how to measure the current, etc. etc. So yeah, that's it only for this short tutorial. And if this is not enough, then you can find some more in-depth functionalities or features of LTSpice 17 on the YouTube. So yeah, uh, that's it for today. Though uh, mostly, in my previous classes, this is already our first and last meeting. Okay, because to the following labs. So you're not the one who's going to analyze each question and then how you will put the components. Okay, so we will meet again just in case that there are some major clarifications or major correction. Okay, with maybe with laboratory, but 90% that this is already our first and last meeting. So all of the discussions will be done on the lecture. So for the laboratory, all you need to do is read instruction and then apply it on the LTSpice on how to apply that specific formula or specific method or specific theorem. Okay, so yeah, that's it for this meeting, our first and last. So if you guys don't have a question anymore, then just give me a thumbs up and you guys may know
Sir, I
go.
have a question po.
Yes, ano yan?
Sir, when I was installing the LTSpice for 12, sir, there was a
12?
prompt to say if to update, and then greeted me with an error about trouble having a trouble to install a text file, and then like yeah, that's about it, sir.
Ay, teka lang.
Sir, can I send the error prompt na lang to you privately in Messenger or
You can share it right now if you want. I allowed the participants to share their screen. If it's okay. Pero kung di naman okay, then pwede naman privately na lang kung nahihiya ka. Okay, so dito na lang. Alright, so let me just check. The update was not completed. Trouble installing change log. So have you tried reinstalling the LTSpice from scratch? Meaning you have to uninstall the previous version, a clean installation.
sir, I have yet to. But concerning the update, sir, is it necessary for the modules
Uh,
for the week?
Di naman. So in my case, it's always prompting me. But right now, I'm not sure why the update isn't or didn't appear. But yeah, I think without the update, just don't update it. You'll be fine. Okay, next time. Okay, so to uninstall that one, just go to programs and applications and then look for that specific application. So just right click and then, so nasan ba yung sa akin? LT Spice. So yeah, just find it on your system. So make sure to uninstall before installing that one again. Okay.
Okay po, sir. Thank you po.
Okay. So what about the others? Do you guys have any other concerns? So if none anymore, then you guys may no go, and then let's just meet again next week for the lecture. Okay. So goodbye and thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you then. Goodbye.